Hi everyone, it's Joe with Climbing Tree, and we're doing lesson number 6 on the basic skill lessons in Tinkercad. So let's get started. This one is called Die on the Workplace. I think it's probably not as dangerous as that might make it sound. And let's go to the next step. Okay, we're starting with a die. Okay, a die in a game, right? Like dice. That is almost done. You simply need to add the 5 and 6. Go ahead and use your mouse or the view cube and look around the die. Okay, I'm going to click on the right button on my mouse and drag. Remember how that moves the workspace around? Okay, oh yeah, so we have these numbers on the die. We're just missing the 5 and 6. You will see a number on all other sides. Let's continue to the next step. Now move the workplane to the front of the die. You can find the workplane tool at the top of the browser on the right of the screen just above the shapes. Okay, right there. It says drag a workplane to the front of the die. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and drag to the front of the die. Boom. Continue to the next step. Great job. The workplane should look like it is sitting on the front of the die. Yeah, it looks like that to me. Now it says scroll down the shapes list and find the numbers section. Drag a number 5 to the workplane. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. I don't see any numbers. Here's some text, but maybe if we click on this, we can find some numbers. How about symbols? Let's see if it's in symbols. Not in symbols. How about text? Okay, is it in text? Yep, sure is. There we go. So we're going to drag number 5 over to its spot. Let go. Position it near the highlighted area in orange. We did that. Scale the 5 smaller. Because the 5 is sitting on the front of the die, we need to make some adjustments. Let's scale the thickness of the 5 down to 1 millimeter so it matches the area highlighted in orange. You can change the snap grid from 1.0 to 0.25 to help position. Let's do that again. 0.25. Okay, that's the snap grid. And let's continue to the next step. Okay, let's scale this first. So we need to scale it down to 1 millimeter so it matches the highlighted area in orange. So if I click on this white square here, we can see that it will tell us how thick the number is. It's 4 millimeters, so I'm going to scale it down to 1. Oh, 0.51. There we go. So let's go next. So we've made the 5 a little thinner. Now repeat the previous step and add a 6 to the top of the die. So drag a workplane to the top of the die. Hint, remember you can press the W on the keyboard to start the workplane command. Okay. So instead of dragging this workplane, I'm just going to hit W this time, and now you can see that there's a workplane by my mouse, and I'm going to put it on the top of the die. Okay, so now we're working on the top of the die. Our workplane shifted. Let's hit next. Let's add a number 6. Find the number 6 in the browser on the right of the screen and drag it to the area highlighted in orange. So I'm going to drag the 6 right there. Let's rotate this so I can see how close I got it. Not that close. Let me use the arrow keys to move it so that it's a lot closer. Okay, that's pretty good. Now let's go to the next step. Let's make sure the 6 doesn't stick out past the edge of the die. Scale the number 6 to 1 millimeter in height. Okay, so we need to, I'm going to shift this so like I'm looking at it from this angle, and then I'm going to get this white square and drag it down to 1 millimeter thick. Okay, and let's hit next. Let's set the workplane back to its original location. Drag the workplane to a blank location in the work area. Okay, let's drag this workplane to a blank spot. So maybe like right here. Let's try that again. Let's hit W. Yeah, okay, so now there's a workplane. Let's put it right here. That seemed to work. This is how you reset your workplane. Okay, so I think maybe needed to put it down below instead of up above, or maybe it was a glitch. We'll see. Now you just need to group all the shapes together. Select all the shapes including the die, click group on the toolbar to make them a single shape. Okay, so I'm just going to drag a square to cover all the shapes, and then I'm going to group the shapes. Okay, so now they're a group, and let's hit next. Now, okay, so congratulations, we're done. Let's like zoom in and look at that die a little bit. See, before, the reason we dragged the 6 to make it 1 millimeter instead of 4, and also the 5, is if before it was kind of outside of that little area in the die, and so that's why we made it smaller. If I were to ungroup this, let's see, ungroup. Let's see, ungroup. If I were to ungroup it and then click on the 5 and pull, oh, not that one. Let's see. Let's say, oh, you know what? Maybe we need to change the work area and then click on the 5. Okay, yeah. Then if I were to, no, not that. If I were to make that bigger, then we might have a problem. Yeah, so that die looks a little weird. Yeah, so that's why we made the 5 and 6 smaller. Now you've seen the tutorial of all 6 of the basic skill lessons in Tinkercad. I hope you've enjoyed it. To see more about STEM resources, to see a guide in STEM resources that can help you supplement your kids' education in STEM or yours, go to climbingtree.xyz, and thanks for watching.